Hi everybody, JJ with Experiences My Dog, and today we're going to be taking another look at a cooked dog food company that delivers straight to your door. And this time we're going to be taking a closer look at a brand new company based out of Texas. This company is Your Pet's Chef. Now, what really I think differentiates them compared to many other options that we've already covered here on the channel, like the Farmer's Dog or Pet Plate, Ollie, or Nom Nom, is going to be the fact that one, they don't utilize any synthetic vitamins. Now, while synthetic vitamins are definitely a proven industry option that's utilized in kibble, canned food, and cooked dog foods to be able to ensure that nutritionally you get all the key things you're looking for, it's not necessarily, I'd say, the most ideal, and there can be sometimes concerns in terms of sourcing and overabundance of those vitamins and minerals. And ideally, the best choice is actually having those fresh ingredients that you use as part of the recipe to actually make up that full nutrient profile. And that's actually what you have in Your Pet's Chef ingredient mix. Now, pretty much like any of the other cooked dog foods that are out there, they're focusing on a human grade quality. So you have USDA certified proteins that are present. You've got a really nice balance of berries that are going to be present there to be able to provide a really good amount of nutritional value. Some of the actual recipes also include an organ meat, which I'm always a big fan of. And it's actually a minority owned company, which is also really cool too. So in this initial overview, as well as quick unboxing, we're going to take a look and see what it's like initially getting an order from Your Pet's Chef and taking a closer look. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here we have the box from Your Pet's Chef. This is going to be pretty similar to just about any cooked dog food that's delivered to your door. Of course, the cooked dog food's on the inside, it's kept cold, it's shipped essentially frozen to make sure that it arrives to you safe and sound, and you're going to want to make sure to open this up and transition it into your freezer and refrigerator as soon as possible for, of course, sanitary purposes. Now, as we open it up, we're going to take a closer look and see what is included outside of the dog food, and of course, take a closer look at the dog food. The first thing we're going to see is an envelope that contains essentially a little bit of a welcome guide, and as we take a closer look here, we can see that gives us some information on how to reach Your Pet Chef in terms of their website, contact, email, and social media handles. There's feeding directions in terms of weight to ounces, and then from there also transition information from taking your dog from their original food to, of course, Your Pet Chef. And there's also some insights in terms of improvements that you would see in terms of your dog's bathroom. But you can definitely expect overall improvements to the dog's health just by moving over to a fresher food diet. Now, as we take a closer look at the packaging material, it's nice to see that we've got a degradable liner as well as actually a upcycled base material insulation, which is essentially a cotton. Now, as we take a closer look at the refrigerant packs, this is nice because actually these refrigerant packs are actually reusable. So if you want, you can essentially clean them off and throw them into the freezer or set them aside if you need to be able to cool something down in the future. So it's nice to know that you do have that, and it's not something that immediately has to be disposed of. Now, as we take a closer look at the packs material, you can see that they're nice because they're 8-ounce packages. I'm a big fan of this because essentially they're guaranteeing you a certain amount of food in each and every single shipment, and then you can divvy it up as you see fit based on your dog's breed, activity, weight, and other factors that are important to you. As we take a closer look at the ingredients, we see that USDA certified ground beef tripe, fantastic, one of the most nutrient dense items you can get, brown rice, green beans, carrots, garbanzo beans, liquid egg products, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, fantastic in terms of nutrients and antioxidants. And then microalgae, which is fantastic, is a really, really great source for omega-3s. But the key thing here is no synthetic vitamins, which is extremely common in pretty much just about any type of dog food, whether you're talking about canned, whether you're talking about kibble, or whether you're talking about actually many of the other companies that are offering a cooked dog food that's shipped to you. Beyond that, of course, you can see that there's the detailing information in terms of, again, feeding guidance, as well as the caloric information. And I'll tell you, generally for reference for us, we're usually feeding our dogs about 8 ounces in a single meal in a day, and our dogs really thrive on this. But you really want to kind of figure out what works best for you in terms of how much you want to be able to feed your dog. But generally, I find with a fresher food diet, as we've commented before, you can generally feed less and still be able to have a great baseline in terms of ensuring nutrients and vitamins for your dog in terms of what they're going to be consuming. Now, as we've unpacked it, we can take a closer look and we see all the packs lined up. They're all really nice and individually essentially sealed, so you can go ahead and pack them away until you have the opportunity to feed your dog. And you can see definitely here that as we fed it over to Ultron, he was drooling for it, really appetized, in terms of the palatability for it. So that wraps up our initial overview as well as quick unboxing at what it would be like if you decide to pick up an order of Your Pet's Chef. Now, some things to keep in mind is that if you decide to pick up an order, you have actually a little bit of a different experience. Now, we noted this in the overview that essentially the packs that you receive are going to be 8-ounce packs. Now, if you compare that to other companies that are out in the marketplace, it's actually very different. Most of the other companies that are out there, you're going to go through a profiling based system, meaning that essentially you're going to define in your dog's breed, their weight, target aspects of what you want to improve upon your dog, and a number of other aspects that are ultimately going to predefine how much you're going to be shipped to your dog. This can kind of make it kind of confusing because you don't really necessarily know, and really the feedback that you get from those companies is they're advocating that their profile is giving you exactly the right amount of food that you want for your dog. But I personally actually prefer to have actually a fixed quantity of food provided to me for the money I'm paying, and that's actually exactly what you get with your pet chef. So you're going to be guaranteed essentially 8 ounces of food in every single packet, and it just depends on how many packets you order. From there, you can ultimately decide how much food you want to be able to divvy up for your dog. So whether you've got a larger breed dog, a more athletic breed dog, or maybe you've got a little bit more of a lounger who's just spending time on the couch with a couple of walks, you can go ahead and maybe cut down that amount of food. And of course, that actually becomes much easier, and it's much more, I think, rational and balanced when you're using a fresh food-based diet. And that's ultimately because they're more nutritionally dense, and so you can get away with giving your dog actually less than, let's say, what you would have if you were feeding your dog a traditional kibble-based diet. So this is another area that's a little bit different, but actually I think it's a positive in terms of simplifying the experience, especially if you don't want to have to go through that entire kind of profiling system. It's very simple. Just go over to the site, define how many of these packets you want, depending on the protein source, and you're good to go. So ultimately, like I said, that wraps up our quick initial overview and unboxing. Stay tuned for the full in-depth review, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, make sure to go ahead and drop them in the comments section down below. And of course, if you guys have not, please make sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It would be really appreciated. So with that, thanks for checking out this video. And as always, especially during this time, make sure to stay safe and stay healthy. And don't forget to give your dogs a treat from us. So with that, take care, take it easy, and enjoy the rest of your day.